Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC.
Matic network, get that crypto. It's not hard, it's so simple. Matic network, Matic network, Matic network, Matic network.
Alright, guys, first of all, I have to say congratulations to the Matic Network. They did what people thought they could not do. It's been years now. They've completed the mainnet. It is now live, and I just want to say congratulations to you guys. Blood, sweat, and tears. If you follow these guys, you know that they put everything into their work. And I'm very, very honored to be part of the team. And I just want to say shout out to you guys. You guys made it happen. This is not to be taken lightly, guys, because there are so many projects that have not ever made it to this point, and you can actually say that the Matic network has its own mainnet, and that they're going to have a very successful future now because they have the base, and they're ready to move forward onto the next leg of the chapter. So I do want to go over this article here, but before I get into it, kind of explain what we're looking at next. I just want to say congratulations also to the Matic network. They recently partnered with Mahindra and also Infosys. Now, guys, this is huge. I just want to show you on Google. Mahindra. Now, basically, it's a very, very large company. It is traded on the National Stock Exchange of India, and you can see that it has already, in 2020, gained a revenue of $5.2 billion. So this is definitely a company that is a powerhouse, and you can see here that it says Tech Mahindra Limited is a Indian multinational subsidiary of the Mahindra Group, providing information technology services and businesses process outsourcing to companies in various vertical and horizontal markets. So this is a huge, huge win for the Matic network. I think it does validate the Matic network when you have a huge company like this partner with them. Also, again, same thing with Infosys. This is actually another powerhouse and company that's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. You can see here that they've had $12.7 billion recorded as revenue in 2020. And Infosys Limited is a global multinational corporation that provides businesses consulting, information technology, and outsourcing services. It has its headquarters in Bangalore, India. So this is huge, guys. Very, very huge validation. You just have to see that the big companies are going to start piling on because of the mainnet going live. A lot of companies and teams and projects were waiting for this moment, waiting for the Matic network to prove itself and show that they were able to actually launch the mainnet. A lot of teams say, hey, this is something that we're going to launch, or a portion of their mainnet, or different parts of the roadmap, and they can never do it. It takes, it's more delay on delay on delay. Matic network had a very small delay, but they successfully launched their mainnet today, and I think that's what these teams were waiting for, to see, is this real? Is this a project that actually is going to be able to do what they say? And obviously, they are. There's a lot more to come, a lot more data and information about the mainnet and what this really means. But in general, they did post this blog, so I wanted to go over it. There's a lot of information here. We'll kind of just cut through it. Essentially, though, it does say, we are proud to announce that the first version of the Matic mainnet is now up and running. I think it's key to understand it's the first version, guys. This is there's so much more that they can add and evolve. Whatever they need to do to create scaling solutions. There can be more versions, but they've already created an initial version that is extremely powerful. But that it's just something to note. But it says this is the culmination of more than 2.5 years of hard work by the entire team, developers, investors, advisors, and of course the entire Matic community, which have supported us on our journey so far. Matic began as a dream in our minds in 2017, and the mainnet launch today marks our most important milestone to date. Soberingly, though, this is still just the beginning. And guys, it really is the beginning, because now you have a mainnet and the dApps can truly deploy onto the mainnet and scale. And you're going to see the power of the Matic network now, more than ever. And also, it's the beginning because you have all these huge businesses that are going to want to work with them now. So much more. Just wait for the name drops. Wait for what's coming, guys. I'm going to kind of skip through some of this here. Let's just go to step 1. So number 1, dApp Partner Onboarding. Genesis ceremony and mainnet go live with initial validator set. Only Matic Foundation nodes and nodes run by select validators invited by the Matic team will be active. The mainnet launch will be spread over multiple steps as detailed below. These multiple step process will ensure that the mainnet deployment and validator onboarding is achieved as smoothly as possible. More importantly, it ensures that right from day one that dApps are able to deploy their products successfully on Matic and that their user experience is stable and robust. That's also one of the reasons why we are choosing to start with dApp partners as early validators. The network will move from one stage to the next based on the goals of each stage. The intent is to ensure that early issues get addressed and resolved quickly. We do expect our network software to function well, but we believe the most pragmatic approach is to gradually roll out the network to address any unforeseen issues. So this is something that I talked about in a video before. They have different portions that they'll be rolling out. Essentially, the mainnet is actually rolled out, but there's parts that they need to basically adhere to so that these dApps actually deploy successfully and have the easiest rollout for their own applications. So we'll kind of skip through this. If you want to read into some of the technical stuff, you can go ahead and look down below. I'll have this article for you guys. Now it says mainnet with initial validator set. The first step of the Matic mainnet has been launched with an initial set of validators comprising the Matic Foundation nodes from select validators who have been working closely with the Matic team, which include professional validators and marquee dApps, have been shortlisted and will be onboarding to the mainnet soon. The list of dApp partners which are going to be in the first cohort is already finalized. So this is awesome to see because it's going to be a very strong start because you have nodes that are selected, nodes from select validators, that are going to start. So the applications that are going to be deploying are going to have the easiest rollout because you have a very professional setup for them. Let's kind of skip down here. Staking and delegation. As mentioned in the phased rollout of Matic Mainnet blog post, delegation will be enabled for the public, but only to Matic Foundation nodes in steps 1 and 2. Delegators will receive 100% of staking rewards on the tokens delegated to Foundation nodes. Any rewards earned by Foundation nodes will go back into staking pool. So this is pretty cool because it's showing that from the start you're going to be able to delegate to the Foundation nodes initially. So we'll be able to stake very soon, anyone and everyone, and it won't be just the Foundation nodes doing the initial staking. I mean, anyone will be able to delegate very soon. And it's even saying any rewards earned by Foundation nodes will go back into the staking pool. So that's actually pretty cool as well, because they're not keeping it for themselves necessarily. It's just going directly back into the staking pool. Um, so, but it does also say delegators will receive 100% of their staking rewards, meaning if you're delegating, you're going to receive 100% of your staking rewards. Now, it does go into developer tooling and deployments. So there's a lot of information here that I would definitely recommend looking into as well if you're a long time Matic guy. And this is an important part here. So what does this mean for our stakeholders? So developers from day one, mainnet step one, deploy your dApp on a high performance blockchain with 1 second block time and transaction cost lower than 1/100th of that Ethereum gas cost. So guys, this is huge. Let me just make sure I'm still here. Okay, so we're still we got the cam going. All right, this is huge, guys. Right now, there's a ton of complaints about Ethereum gas costs being too expensive, and these applications that are basically deployed on Ethereum, without the Matic network, just applications that are on top of Ethereum. They're trying to run test, deploy their application and test it out, and it costs so much to do this. So, what's going to happen is that they're going to realize that Matic network, can not only scale them, but also can basically cut the cost to 1/100th of what they're currently paying, which is going to save them a ton of money. So you're going to see these Ethereum applications running to the Matic network. So you're going to have Ethereum, then the Matic network, then these applications, because they're going to want to not only scale but cut their costs. Second bullet point, be assured that state will persist across steps. Move assets from Ethereum to Matic and vice versa. So this is just all usability. Pay gas fees on behalf of users and let users pay for gas. So that's pretty cool. Now, validators, Matic Foundation nodes up and running. Select dApp partner validators to run nodes initially. Onboarding is in progress. Additional validator slots will be opened up gradually with advance notice. So, I mean, if you're looking to be a validator, there'll be more, options and times to do that. It says stake with Matic tokens on these validator slots when opened. So essentially saying you'll be able to stake. Once the network is run by few external validator nodes by the end of step 2, Matic Foundation nodes will be shut down. All delegators will need to move their stake Matic tokens to the public validators of their choice, so that there will be a whole rollout there. Staking contracts contain safety functions to lock and withdraw refund funds in case of an emergency. Currently, the Matic team controls this safety switch. In the future, the Matic community will take over it using governance and DAO. So this is awesome, guys, because what they're saying is in the future, the community is going to be then taking over the staking job for the most part, and probably in mass. And that's good to see, because this is definitely the team trying to show us that this is going to be a decentralized type project. Token holders and delegators. Delegate with the initial set of foundation validators. Move delegated tokens to public validators. The future is a little bit nearer today. Pew pew. So this is really awesome, guys. I mean, a lot of people don't really understand exactly, they're just looking for, let's say, a pump or some kind of, they just want to make money fast. But the thing is guys, is that Matic has successfully rolled out this mainnet, and success is the most important thing. If you do not have a team, I always say this, but if you do not have a team that is successfully taking out parts of the roadmap, then you're not really going anywhere. Sure you pump in the short term, you make some money, but if your team doesn't continually go forward, it's not worth holding for the long run. So this is awesome to see, guys, because we know that um, that basically Matic is something to hold for the long run. Um, they've continuously made progress and completed the roadmap. Um, they've done this even with COVID at their necks, causing people to have delays and their own personal problems in life and things like that. But still, they came out and they successfully rolled this out. So you got to look at this team in a whole new light, and you got to realize that this is the future, and there's so much more. You have these huge companies wanting to work with Matic Mainnet. You have many teams that are going to want to scale and cut costs that are going to be jumping on board. I made a video recently talking about that. So, congratulations to them. Never give up on the future of money, guys. I mean, I know a lot of people were looking for some kind of pump here, and we were creating like this ascending triangle type um, pattern initially up here, like a bull flag. But we did break down. I do want to say, personally, in my opinion, I don't care, um, especially right now because technically we're still sitting on the 21-day moving average, and anytime you are sitting on top of this 21 cyan colored moving average, it's still extremely bullish. Even if you were to break down to the 50, which is this red line, it's still um, in a good spot. And if we look at I got this down fib right here coming down. I mean, we moved from these lows where we bounced and we moved up like many projects did, and we came very close to touching the 618. We didn't make it there. Um, we moved down, and you know, from what I can see, we're still above the 0.382. We're still above the 21, and there's a good chance that there's a lot of news that could come out. There's a lot of things that I've heard that are very possible. I've done my own research, and I see that there's um, a lot more success in the near future. So there's a really good possibility that we actually just bounce off the 21, just like we have been throughout this trading range or structure, and keep going. And this could definitely be a push to possibly push people out and get a lot of people selling cheap Matic so that wells are accumulating for staking. So just be careful, guys. Note that we're on top of we basically wicked, you can see here, off this 21. We're still on top of it, and just note that we're on top of a lot of support here. There's a lot of support. Over here you got the fibs and you have the 21, so it's a pretty strong area still. I mean, I wouldn't really be worried about this price-wise if you're like a trader too much. Well, if you bought over here, obviously it's concerning. But I mean, if you bought in like a lot, and the community have down here, you're still up, guys. I mean, just yesterday when we were about up here, we were still up like 60% in this month of May. So, you know, we've done extremely well, and I would say if you're new to the Matic um, team, and holding Matic, just look at what I've shown you guys. Look at the future and realize even if you correct short term, we have a really bright future. And the chart actually still looks extremely bullish. Any professional trader will tell you anything that is correcting and bouncing off the 21 is still extremely bullish. Even though the indicators do look, um, you know, they are a little concerning on the daily at least, because we have the Stokes pointing down, you have the RSI pointing down. We're kind of like in this neutral area, and you show that buying pressure is basically slowing. You're still on top of the 21, and you have all this support here. So there's a good chance that we bounce here. Um, Not professional or not financial advice, but definitely in my opinion, we still look great. And fundamentally, we've definitely moved past being a dream and being a reality now. So I definitely look forward to seeing what new partnerships are going to roll out, and which exchanges are going to list us soon and things like that, because we've checked off a lot of the major checkoffs that needed to be happened to be listed on some of these ultra big exchanges, guys. So never give up on the future of money. Take it easy.